All right. Looks like we're finally stable. Oh, did I speak too soon? Oh yeah. No. We are stable, finally. Wondering what happened there. Hello, everybody. Finally. I think I had to just update OBS and Stream Elements long enough to be able to actually go live. But hello. I've had to redo these multiple times just to make sure it would actually stick. But hello. Finally. One day it will be fixed. But for now, today is not that day. What we will do right now is get ready to play. We're going to get some Deadlock here going. If you guys are chilling over on the Twitch side of things, you guys get a little bit of an extra bonus as I am testing some sound alerts. So, if you guys are there and are able to, please drop on in, come on in. And yes, let's see if we can get this going. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Let me make sure it actually works appropriately. Hold on. Sorry, with all the updates and stuff, I had to make sure that everything is actually working appropriately. So give me a second. First off, let me let's see. Can I increase my settings? Video game. Not game. Oh, they have controller support now? Universal. Okay, so they do have button prompts, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes, right? Video display. Let's do borderless window. Yes. And then let's go for the, I think this is the one. This is the one that we want. Yes, this is what we want. Apply the settings. Oh gosh, rendering. Can I? Ooh. I hope I didn't. Hang on, guys. I might. Hello? Oh, there we go. I was a little worried there. Oh. Okay. The game's build is clearly not happy about this, so we're going to try turning that off for a little bit, and now my PC's freaking out. First like Skylar, hello. Also, hello, Anna. Welcome. Didn't expect it to go so crazy right now. Hi. So today we're actually going to be testing out a controller here today, coming to us from the Turtle Beach. Let's just see if this PC will be okay with me and not decide to yeet itself so hard here. I can already hear the fans trying to take off, so I'm going to try to see if I can just tone down. Don't do that. Just, yeah. Keep rendering quality at a medium just because it is definitely not optimized. So I just want to make sure that is being set correctly. And then we will turn on the game here. Let's see here. Get some Deadlock. All right. Hello. Ooh, so this does have a... So... as of right now, I'm testing out Deadlock right here. This did not have controller support before. Whoa. So I am... They've really made a lot of adjustments to this game since I've last played. Huh. Oh, wow. They really have tried to do much to this game since then. Ooh, those controls are a little wonky. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay. So, there's a lot of questions to be had right now. What is happening in terms of... So, a lot of questions to be had because we gotta ask ourselves, how can we get this working? I did not know that Deadlock had full controller support already out of the gate, so that's new to me. But as I press X, I'm like, why is X in a different spot right now? See, like, this is crouching, so I have two Bs essentially right now. That was the ability that I just used. That is not bad. Okay, that's obviously interesting. I'm very curious to see how this works. See, like, I'm pressing X right now. So I'm wondering... Ah, okay.
You wanna play?
Curious. Let's try to play the game here a little bit. I'm going to try running through the tutorial right now just to see what their baseline natural support for controller is here. Yep, let's do it. The music's pretty bumping though. Alright, aim and right and hope. Nice, wow. Oh, sick. Okay. Up, down, left, right. Jumping, shooting. Got reload, light melee, heavy melee. I'm glad that they really took that into consideration. Parry. So that's what that is, huh? Okay, so that's dashing and then air dashing. Awesome. So I managed to do that. So I unlocked an ability and I need to press this. Got it. Ah, okay. Interesting. Press Y to cast my ultimate. Oh. Is there troopers still remaining? Okay. Oh, there's a trooper right here. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like they really did a good job. Ooh, this is a little bit more of a thing here. Escalating exposure. Oh, wait, I need to go to a shop nearby. Where's the shop? Oh, here we go. Ah. Alright, destroy the guardian while defending your own. Okay, seems pretty straightforward. Oh, we've got our own minions here. So something like this where you have to be a little bit more precise is going to be definitely harder to do, especially with people who are playing a little bit more of like keyboard mouse, especially with something a little bit more like that. That's just the natural thing of how everything is, right? Alright, let's see. Like, you don't get that level of aim assist or whatever when you're playing a game like this, so especially when there might be a little bit of assistance. I'm trying to see. There's a little bit of it. Yeah, you kind of... Yeah, you don't get as much here. I probably would decrease the sensitivity for myself. That's just how I would probably do that, just because I can't be as snappy when it comes to playing a game like this. Especially against real people. Playing a match of Street Brawl. I do like that. I'm glad that at least this game did add some support for controller players. It's probably going to be a significant disadvantage to myself, but hey, you know what? Could be worse. Huh? Oh. Also, because like I am not in the competitive space when it comes to playing these games, it's your mileage may vary depending on how good you are at playing some of these games or not. So personally for me, I'm not the strongest competitive player anymore, just because my reaction times are not as strong. I'm not as Twitch gamey compared to other people. So that's just how it is, honestly. And it's a little unfortunate how it is. I would love to be in the more competitive space, but just because I don't know if I want to say it's necessarily over time, it's just my priorities and stuff have shifted us away from that. And I still enjoy gaming, just I cannot get to the same, I would say I would get to the level of same high as someone else. Yeah, playing this game, especially with the amount of frustrations. It's like I've already gone through my whole league phase of playing League of Legends for however many years, and then dealing with the amount of, you know, wins and losses and competitive nature of that. And so now at this point, I'm just like, I just want something to chill out to and play a little bit more PvE-esque, if you will. So there is that. So either way, at least I know that Deadlock's controller does have like really cool controller support, so even a little bit more natively. So maybe something considered like an Xbox controller would be a little bit more natural to play on versus something like the Virtuix. But the Virtuix is still a really good one. I think, in my opinion, because I didn't start off with a Virtuix controller, I might have to adjust to it. But I think over time, especially with the amount of extra buttons and stuff, you can customize your controller to your preferences. So let's try to see if we can play a mode. A quick paced 4v4 here. So they want me to play, I don't know, who's easy to play?
Soon I'll be Viscount of New York.
Oh, why not? What else?
Sometimes you gotta go to extremes to help your friends.
I've taken the Venators off. My life belongs not to me, but to service.
Played this game before, so we're gonna figure this out. I'm assuming this is probably more of like a TDM-ish, if you will, because I can imagine like a game like this you could probably get it with a nice little bit of variety, like a kind of like a hero shooter, if you will. It's funny because like when you consider like hero shooters and stuff like Marvel Rivals were a little bit more precise, aiming is required in that regard, then like keyboard mouse is still ultimately the best choice, especially if you can in competitive natures and such. But I think this, you know, controller is still a great option, especially if you are unable to play keyboard mouse more effectively, as I cannot. So I don't want to hurt my wrists, and I don't want to put them at risk of carpal tunnel because I have bad hand habits when it comes to using keyboard mouse. Like I push my wrist down so bad, and I'm like, that's not good. press this button instead.
Be denied.
Oh, I can't. Okay, so that one only strictly targets. Oh, looks like I finally got a match. All right, let's see. Venator. So, and it looks like stream is taking a dump right now. Wow. Well, nothing we can really do.
We must rise to the occasion and destroy the guiding hand.
So that reminds me. Jesus. Oh boy.
Let the fire blaze them!
Oof. That's rough.
I'll get you set.
Can fix up my settings real quick. Oh. Okay, good. It looks like my just wanted to make sure that my audio wasn't exactly like pushing out like that.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Oh my god. Woohoo! Alright, so far.
I'll wear them down.
Ooh. Oh gosh. Nope.
I can't hold them for long. Baroness. Die, monster! I see Warden.
Who? What? Warden? Do we need to fight it or what?
Good teamwork.
Back up. Cool, I got an assist. Alright. Not completely useless as of this point. I'll take that. Is that what that does? Okay. man, the one thing when it comes to like games like this is like I have no. So that was like a Caitlyn trap, I guess is the best way to describe it at this point. Oh gosh. Halter. Get on cooldown real quick. I'm assuming we can back out and then re-heal, right?
We still have time to stop the Archmother.
Sure. So these are essentially like the abilities to, like, our items, I guess, if you will. Toxic bullets. Sure. I'm not sure if I'm building anything in the correct direction or not, but we'll see. I already used that. I already used the ball. Okay, so I'm starting to get a little bit of some of the controls into this one. I'm like really headed to blue. Headed to blue. Okay. I'm still figuring out the majority of this game, so. Can't do anything. Jesus Christ, something's from above. Oh god. I do like the art style of this game though, I will admit. It's very unique. It's very nice. It is a good like kind of pseudo turn your brain off kind of game. I wish that the introduction was a little bit easier or a little bit more noob friendly, I guess, because I kind of just got thrown into it. Jesus, I did not mean to do that. Damn. Am I able to switch my character? Or was this just like... Unstick hero. Okay, nope. I guess not. Oof.
Lure them into a false sense of security.
Alright, what am I getting? I don't know. I'm picking whatever I can get right now. Sure. Don't know how much this is going to be really helpful, but all right. Oh, shoot. Already jumping on it. Final point. I do like that these rounds are like super quick. You know? And I don't know if that's necessarily because of me sucking so bad, but I'd like to... Oh gosh, nope. Jesus. Silenced me from using my abilities. Oh gosh. God. I got caught. I definitely got caught in that. Yeah. It's the shit that happens when you play.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
You ready, Maurice?
Let's go. Oh gosh. Oh god. Ew. That was rough. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not as snappy and responsive as I used to be when it comes to these games no more. I know when I'm cooked. Either way. Alright. Pretty sure they have. How's our round? Oh, surprisingly, our thing's holding up really well. Oh god, I can't. I'm getting hit. Alright. Don't know if that actually connected. Oh gosh.
In time, I will butcher you all.
Eventually I'll learn how to play this game, but today might not be that day. Oh gosh.
They took out me.
Example.
Oh god, I died. Oh, that's a free walk up, or I still gotta take care of everybody else, so. This game's wild right now, that's for sure.
Under attack.
That's unfortunate. And that's a GG.
Too easy.
Nice. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so I'm not going to even try to imitate these builds and stuff. Or did I hit the right button? Okay. Alright, so hang tight. Just let me hide this real quick. I'm going to open up another game. That's something that, like I said, I'm going to try to pick games that are a little bit more not as controller friendly, if you will. And then see if we can play them, or that don't exactly have controller support. So I think a good one that I forgot we had was Fellowship, and I don't know if Fellowship has had any updates that has controller support, because it feels like it could have controller support. Also, that reminds me, I should probably go on Twitch just to make sure I update my info here, because I never really paid attention to it at the time, so it doesn't matter here. Let's switch this over to Fellowship. Is this the right one? Yep, that's the one. Wait, did they switch it to it now? Or is it different now? Did they switched out the style of the game now? Alright. Let's see if I can... Wait, US Dallas is the only server? And I have really bad ping? What the heck? Ooh. The ping is bad today, isn't it? It's being constrained. So, anyways, let's see if I can play the hero here. At least one kind of hero. And then adjust it from there. Just switch it to Fellowship. The game is gonna show itself. There we go. Ooh, that's a bit of a rough one, isn't it? So, I think this is exactly the kind of thing I was expecting, where you kind of, you know, you don't naturally get a target or anything, or you don't get a natural targeting system, and you want to be able to, I think there's like the ability to really target as easily. So this is a jump, this is slash, you get those natural abilities. So, ooh. Wait, what does this button do? So the idea is that we're essentially, I'm zooming in and out here. I'm trying to test this out. So, like I said, the key thing with a game like this is that you are essentially, shoot strike. Okay. You want to consider these games, you want to consider this controller for something like MMOs. I mean, if you really want to get yourself with Deadlock, that's totally up to you, but at least for the purposes that I'm playing it for. Okay, so I am triggering these, right? Okay, so I'm not doing any trigger amounts. Oh, okay. So I'm using my left trigger to activate that here. The other thing too is that if I have to pivot and click onto a different character, I should be able to do that. Oh, see, this is, see, so there are certain controls that are target too far. Wait, what am I targeting here? What am I using this? Okay, so this would be C 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you still need Z to be like a button here. You could probably use this for a different kind of game or a different kind of thing. So, why am I so floaty here? See the why is the camera like this? Does the camera like zoom in and out? Oh, see here's the problem is that I don't have the ability to control. Oh yeah. See, so ooh. So modifier of 1, 2, 3, 4, shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could theoretically do, if you could modify, I guess, the controller for 5 through 8, and then use the right trigger for 5, shift 5 through 8, that would be the ideal scenario for this. I wonder if, let's take into consideration, we swap a hero for someone who's more, not, a little bit more, target, or a little bit more of a distance player, right? So you still have to target something, and you get that little bit of option while you're still targeting. And you see, as I'm moving around, I could theoretically do this. You could, while still having to constantly not have to switch back and forth with the controller. Though I really wish you could do a zoom in and out kind of character scenario, but like this is a problem. That's one of those things where you kind of have to. That's the thing, like some other things you'd have to figure out. It's like, oh yeah, that could work. So like if I click this and I just do that to adjust my stuff real quick. That would be a good alternative. So right now what I'm doing is I'm actually using the touchpad of the Victrix controller to adjust for my thing. So, and then I click on that. And then if I needed to switch dummies here real quick, immediately click over there while I'm still being able to move in motion and strafe a bit. Oh, that's the other thing too. Here's the part that you want to worry about. It's like, motions or abilities that require extra precision, especially when it comes to that kind of stuff. So let's say if I did have something like that ability again. I wonder if I can pull it up again. Oh, there it is. Like that. I mean, in theory, you could do this with AWASD. At the same time, while I am adjusting for all of this, the left and right is the apparently having control to it. There you go, Apocalypse. Activate those kind of abilities. Because if I did... Oh, that's the other thing too. So if I were to cut this down to... Let's say you only have 3 buttons to be able to maneuver through. This is like you'd have like left trigger. Let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4 on your controller set. It would be 1, 2, 3, which would be A, or let's say X, Y, B for your 1, 2, 3. And then you have S1, S2, and S3, which can be switched over to holding left trigger to activate its ability and be able to go from there. And then you have S3, which would be left trigger B. That would be there, that assumption for that one there. A still remains like the jumping button both in and out. But then you leave out 4, right? So what is going to be considered 4? You could do 4, 5, 6, 7 here by this point. And then S3, 4, 5, 6, or S, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't know if we can do necessarily an 8, because then that would be a bigger question to ask, where like, let's say you mapped controllers in a certain way. And this is the hard part when it comes to a lot of these controllers, is being able to adopt them in such a way that would be considered universal. Like I said, we're still targeting things here. Still targeting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. So wait, what is my button to confirm? Is that the button to confirm it? No, that was the frogs there just now. So... what confirmed it? Oh, so something like that where you'd have to press B to double confirm that would be an awkward... This would be a scenario to take into consideration. Now, you can't really see either. Yeah, see, this is where I want to really stress the controller as much to better identify what would be considered more appropriate. Because Fellowship, I think, is like a good example of like not having too many controls, but at the same time, none of these are mapped appropriately to, let's say, a controller setting. These are not naturally done. Is that damage technically? Oh yeah, so it is. Okay, so... Let's see. So we want to be able to... I'm going to pull up the controller right now here and see what our current template is. So as of right now, we have forward, left, right, back. I want to adjust it here. 1, 2, and 3 are obviously used for abilities. Let me pull this over to the side so I can at least have a controller here. Also, why is this so massive? Why is it so big? It doesn't need to be so big. That's what she said. I guess you guys know what I mean. So I'm looking at the controller right now. D-pad is obviously going to be, let's do 4, up will be 5, 6, 7. So we managed to get, and then we'll even include a, no, we'll go back. Go back. Mode shift for that, which will be the right trigger. And then let's see, how can I make it shift? Create a radial menu. Test radial. How that would work. Hold on. This is an interesting one here. No, that's not going to work. It's not what I was hoping for. Yeah, so I'll do a haptic shift here. And then it'll be... Shift 4. I'm trying to figure this one out. So let's see if Shift 4 activates if I do this correctly. Oh, I forgot. I need to turn off. 5. Okay. Triggers. Hold on. Back that. Remove the command. So wait, if I do that, if I add them as both as a shift key, did it matter? Because then I don't need to do that on. Hold on, let me go back here. So let's see. This is work. Hold on. Wait, no, hold on. I need a hat X. Not a toggle, not an interruptible. How do I hold? Just trying to figure this one out. No, that's not gonna fix that. What could it be? What could it be? Oh, I see. Oops, I totally messed that up. I should just put it here. I didn't mean to do a softball, just remove this command. I messed that up. So, if I do Shift 4. Oh, oops. So, buttons are currently 1, 2, 3, 4. So, let's say, what is Shift? See, here we go. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we know that the left trigger does work and the right trigger does trigger 4. So we can also have regular 4, we can also have 5. You know, S5, S6, S7. So 1, 2, 3. Multiple flames. Let's have. Now here's the key thing. There we go. That's the part that we're having trouble with. Is how do we make this work? As some form of controller support here. Click that to just confirm. That's how that's currently working here. Alright, so far those are working. Oh, wait, what is this? Wave capture. Properties. Let's just. What is that? Foogies. BRB. Okay, just want to make sure that those are working just fine. Now, if I were to. So we already have the base button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3 and shift 1, 2, 3. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. Shift 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I already make it 4, 5? No. I did 3. So this should be 4, 5, 6, 7. Honestly, I could probably delete this. Why delete this portion? So I didn't touch the mode shifting at that point. The triggers are just going to be your triggers. I wonder if D-pads can serve at, or if the bumpers can serve as a shifter here. Okay, first off, let's clean this up here. And try to clean it up. So we also need to hit the button to also hit the get our horse. Oh man, okay. Can the bumpers create a shift? Oh, I wonder. Keyboard command. I wonder if this will... No, that's not going to work. If... This would be an interesting one I want to experiment with. Right mouse click? Or like, let's see if it's a hold. Settings. Oh wait, that's the other thing too, is that I don't have the joystick on the right to act similarly. Can I do mouse movement? How do I have it act like a mouse? So if I did this way, does that do anything? No. Which one was 5? I'm curious, how would I figure something like that out? So what would naturally move you up and down in terms of mouse movement? I guess in this sense, you'd probably do like this. This would probably be the best answer for it. So right now, what I'm kind of doing is a combination of a touchpad with a left bumper to essentially act in this game here. Oh, it's a toggle. Let me turn off that toggle then. Let me go back here. But that doesn't naturally help this out. Okay, maybe I guess I'll be right back here. BRB. Hello, I have returned. Looks like it kicked me out for a bit, huh? Yeah. Alright. Let's log back in. I'm curious here. Switch it up to a different set of character. And we'll figure it out from there. Yeah. Stream is hella laggy today, but you know, fuck it. So the current dilemma I see right now is us trying to establish. Okay, we have mouse control. That is the biggest question to ask: is how can we establish mouse control, right? So I had to switch target. So this one has, this is a dilemma here. So I'm currently trying to figure out how to enable ability to, let's pull up the controller layout. I don't know if actually I should pull it. Tricks, Pro BFG, software. I don't know if it should really be from the software perspective. Okay, let's see. Movement. How would we do movement on the Fellowship controller? Movement by mount. Say by 1. Out of curiosity. Does not do it. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so let's remove that. So clearly, so far, the only two things that can work is if I were to do this. I did this. Essentially, right now I'm using the trackpad on the Victrix to essentially be able to simulate that. It's not bad. How would we... Let me see. I'll check something here. Can you simulate? Steam. Right stick binding and switch it to joystick style. Huh, with that. Huh. Joystick behavior. Oh, to mouse. Joystick and mouse. Why is it only that way, though? Oh, it's because I did that. Ah, I see. Okay, that's why, huh? But... okay. Hold on, let me go back and see if we can fix up some of the buttons here. Let me remove that command here. So, oh boy. Alright, so, I mean, we can theoretically just do it with a right mouse. Let's do right mouse click instead. That does. That does seem a little bit annoying, though. I will admit that is a little. Let me switch the right click to a. That's a setting. Just a toggle. So if I did this, similar to like what we did here. Okay. Not the worst. Oh, I don't have like a left click per se yet. Let's say right trigger is your. Oh wait, no, that's a shift key. Let's say right bumper is the left click mouse for just for the sake of consistency here. And then you just kind of go into combat like this. It solves it for the most part. Okay, let's see. Number 3. This does. I don't know. That was just an ability. That is a roll. Let's see. Let's swap the hero real quick. It's not as intuitive, but let's see. Okay, but this is the one that I'm really curious about. So I think if I remember correctly, S3 is the big bad movement, right? So normally when you do something like this where you have the shift key, you notice how a lot of the times I'm just repositioning my thing. So, oh, wait, why is it doing that now, huh? Oh, well, that's why. Okay, hold on. See how I'm like doing this? I'm going up and down. It's moving like. Interesting. Huh. That's interesting. That's not exactly the best element that we're looking at here. Let me go back to the joysticks here. So what you want is the joystick on the right side to be able to essentially mimic what we have going on here. Actually, let me put this as an extra. Properties, switch it over to Fellowship controller layout. Okay. Let's pull it up, shall we? Where did I have this? Alright. So, biggest question right now is trying to nail down flick stick. Would a flick stick be alright? Okay, so even if we did set it to like a joystick camera, right? Hold on. You could do a scroll wheel. Hotbar, touch menu, no. Mouse region, no. I don't know what this. Let me remove this command because I don't know what this outer ring command is supposed to do, per se. So if I. So this would be maybe appropriate. But again, right? If I press this button and then let's say I go Shift 3. How do I. Ah, see, there we go. Suddenly I have control over it. Now, why is that? Now I can't confirm. I'm pressing that button. I'm pressing like something like. Do that. And then suddenly I'm back at it again. So, I guess the joystick mouse would be the appropriate thing to simulate. Only thing that sucks is like adjusting the travel time on it. Let's see. Let's see if I cut it down by like 50%. Let's cut down the sensitivity to like 138. That's a little bit better. Let's say 138 should do it, right? That allows me to shift. But if I do, let's say on the right stick, I'm going to shift this one to a left click for this one, right? So, I'm trying to see. Can you guys even see what I'm doing right now? You guys can't really see. Just kind of put this off to the side here. Down here in the corner. That'll help show some of the stuff that I'm trying to put together here. Let's see here. Now, let's see, S3 again. So suddenly I am in full control. I can confirm it with left stick here. Awesome. So that's not bad. So if I had to like pick a target right now, right? Oops. Oh, okay, that's a little bit. So if I have to pick a target, right? So I click on that. And then... Oh, that's the one. So that's the hard part, is knowing that I have shifted over there. X. wonder if this could work. Yeah, you notice how that immediately popped up, right? That could be it. Maybe that's the solution right there. That's the teleporter. So I need to... Like, why is it not as responsive? Okay, not as responsive. It's pretty close. It does... I think then the only thing that holds it back... In terms of joystick and mouse, that's not too bad. Let's try... Something I'm being asked to do something like this. I'm moving as possible as we can. Oops, did I not confirm? Yeah, see, that's like something like that. So, a game like this, or a controller like this, or its intended purpose, it does kind of shift away. I think like warrior types, things are a little bit more action-oriented. Yeah, it's a lot more. So, we managed to really solve a good chunk of the issue so far. What did I set weight bumper as? Oh, I set it as the left mouse. So let's remove that command. So I think having... Yeah. This is very interesting. Alright, let's test it out in the real scenario. Whoa. I can tell that was a map, that was something we had. Oh, here's the other thing, right? So if you're in a scenario and you're like, okay, you want to click on something, the track can also be something of use to you, depending on it. Oh, wait, let's see. I want to do adventuring. Huh, okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, there's an event in progress, huh? Can I swap my hero? Alright, hold on. Let's leave the dungeon. Wait. Hold on. This game actually added something from what its originally baseline was. We might have something to cook with here. Let's see. Swap a hero real quick. I want... a low, super easy to maintain. Start with the War Master. Alright, let's see. So, like with this controller, there's a lot of fine-tuning that needs to still be done, especially customization. The reason I really like it is because of the level of customization that you have, and it adds that nice little touchpad support that you don't often see in a lot of controllers other than the PS5. So, let's see. Let's talk to you. Oh, yeah. So, another thing when it comes to playing something like this, right, you want being able to talk to an individual. It makes you a lot more tougher than it looks. Teach him a lesson. Here. Kill grizzly bears in the woodland great. Yep, I'll accept that quest. Goodbye. So, I have to go and fight grizzly bears. So straightforward. This is a great way to learn the character. Where can I find this? So this is essentially mimicking something of like a World of Warcraft where you gotta go out and do a quest. There is a line here, and you can kind of go. Where is the grizzly bears? Down here. I'm assuming they're down there. I did not expect them to have like an adventure mode, which is quite interesting. Yeah, let me take the other quest before I forget. I will admit that this does have scrolling a bit, so and scrolling is not exactly as easy. I don't know how it designates the difference. Yeah. I think there has to be like 2 pressure points of it somewhere. Huh? What's going on? Someone give me something? Okay. Clearly was not working. Clearly did not work. Okay. Alright, let me pull my scroll back just a little. Okay. I think I got it backwards, so scrolling out is this way. Alright. Kill more wells, accept this quest as well. Interesting. So I wonder if... There's a few questions. There's a couple questions I'm thinking about right now. Like, how would you simulate something like this? Ooh. So where do I find these wolves, if you will? Ah, found one. Okay. So you can't naturally target them. There's no natural method of introducing a target, so you just simulate by clicking here, going back into it, and then getting ready to fight here. Yep. Alright, let's see. Okay, so the one thing I would say is that if you end up trying to use other abilities on, like, let's say the D-pad, it does feel kind of awkward in that regard. You know, so... not use S4 correctly? Did I not fix that? Did I? Yeah. Oh, 4. Oops. 4 should be here. Sorry. I messed that up. 4, 5. That should be 6. That is on me. So let's see here. Oops. Huh? I know that regular 4 works too. I'm curious as to what. Hold on, what is S4's ability? Shields up. So why did it not trigger? So I would say as at least as a melee class, it seems pretty. It's pretty good so far. I love the bonk sound. S4, S4. Wait, does the right trigger not do the spacebar? Wait, hold on. Did I fuck that up again? Huh. Hold on. What is with my triggers? I thought I put right trigger. Yeah. Should be settings. I have it as like interruptible nodes. So then why does the right trigger go off? Oh shit, hold up. I am currently under attack. Oh man. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. There. That's not bad. Okay. Let's run away for now. You don't feel as much of an impact on this one, but like, it's not bad. Or maybe because I'm not zoomed in well enough, it doesn't feel as I'm having a fight right now. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like what other things I could do to stress the controller a little bit here. Because for some reason S4 is not activating. Shift 4, right? Shift 4. Yeah, that's supposed to be it. So why not? Why are you? Is it okay? If I were to turn that off, would that affect it? Or shift 1, if you will. Yeah. See, so these are active. Why? Okay, so it is shift. And there is a 4. So why not shift 4? Oh, you know what? I wonder. Ah, that's why. 4. That's why. 5. That's 7. 6. Yeah. I think that's what happened there. 4. That should be 7. This should be 6. Yeah, that's right. So now if I get this, there we go. Now we're fixed. Alright, let's see if we can find. Okay, I don't have a mount yet. Let's put. Or I do have a mount. I just haven't put a button to trigger him. So let's do this. Let's do Z for this one. Alright, let's try that. Yes, there we go, guys. Now I got a horse. Where am I taking off to fight a bear? There you go. Alright, let's see. Target that one. Get close. Not bad. Not bad. There's so much I could consider about this game. Huh. So this is really just more of like an experimental area, right? There's no like... Wait, what? There's rewards here? What's this? Oh, okay. So I haven't played a lot of Fellowship, so maybe that's probably why it doesn't help. I don't know, I'm not as familiar with what's happening here. But at least this is like a good way for us to figure out what works for the controller here, right? So... should work. Let's see. I like things I practice. Get used to. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. Oh, goodness gracious me. What is up today? So it really is like a casual Sunday today as we try to figure this out. Okay, so I've completed these active quests and I'm assuming I get a reward for this at the end here, so let's take a look. Alright, not too bad. Oh yeah, dude, just having the option to have that touchpad is fantastic. Oh man, it really does help. Teach me class. Oh, what the heck? Oh yeah, we should try using these more often. Whew. Now, what is this exactly on the left side? Like play. Overpopulated queue, overpopulated queue. So exactly. To begin, heroes must acquire set up starting to trick quartermaster of heroes begin their journey in the contender league. Must attempt must complete all three bosses types of dungeon. Wait, hold on. Let me try. Greater challenges. Ooh. Fully premium version makes selected. Interesting. Huh. That's interesting. Proposal, say. This is the current adventuring mode where I'm like, I don't know what reward you get out of it because I'm assuming that there's some sort of like track for you to know exactly what you've done. Like, let's see, does it still track what I've done so far with him? Yeah, it does. So, adventuring modes, if you just want to do a little bit more casual to practice on, what does this do? Oh yeah, if I wanted to go back to like the main hub. If I want to go straight into Eternal, which is Eternal mode, only compared to the Paragon League we enter. So this is like synchronizing, being able to get equipment and gear. So let's try Contender for a little bit. There's a lot of these guys. Underpopulated queue. So let me leave this dungeon and then let's see if I can find like a much more active DPS. Because it looks like it's overpopulated of shields and healers. So I'm curious to see what the DPS looks like according to this map. According to this one, it seems like I wanted to play the Challenge League. There's not a lot of people who want to play DPS, which is interesting. I wonder why there's not a lot of people playing DPS. I wonder if there's a reason for that. So, why don't we swap heroes here? Pick on who's a little bit more... It's a lot more difficult. These are all... I'm curious. They're all tanks. Curious to see how this plays.